the shallow river, the deep river. And that's here. And it really is shallow. Oh, you go. And so that keeps the name. But this, sorry, it's not that much. That's the trading spot. So you see, this is the depot. That's where we're going to have morning tea. But that's the depot, is where the Americans would do their trading. It was too shallow to get into here. So the whalers, sealers, this is Sealers Cove, they would leave here, go to this spot. The American whaling ships would bring their longboats in and do their trading for pork, biscuits, ammunition and people. There was literally a slave trade that was actually happening here. And these sealers, who were they? If they're not the first, they were the ex-convicts from Van Diemen's Land. Do you remember, any of you been to Sarah Island, done the other Franklin Gordon River? Sarah Island, you've been there? Do you remember they had some escape? Some of them made it all the way to South Australia. They're the sealers that nicked the Aboriginal women that brought them here. They ended up here finding the secret entrance, and they're the ones who are doing all their trading. But some Crown prisoners, when they found Captain Collins Barker's diary, that big diary, there were some Crown prisoners who went missing in 1831. They were never seen again. Their bodies have been found, and they're there. Emma, can we just turn it towards that? See, there's three conical hills. So there's the plain, that's the east-west plain, and that's the conical hill there. It's the only one there, and it's just over there. One of my men exclaimed in surprise, I'm going to the spot he found it digging. There was spade marks on the side. I removed the sand with both my hands to reveal a human skeleton. It was evidently of a tall man that lay with the shoulders to the west and the legs to the east. We searched further, we found another 5 more graves. That is a site of murder, and they think it's the Crown prisoners that escaped 10 years before, met these sealers, Jawumpa. Yes. So when you eat the 1080 acetate, it replaces that acetate, and instead of producing a citrate, it produces the fluorocitrate. And that cannot be unbound to produce adenosine triphosphate and you die of lack of energy. That is how 1080 works. But amazingly, we were filming on that island snakes with a remote camera, because they warm up and then they go in, they crepuscular, they act at night, and we saw an animal spend 15 minutes eating that plant. Look, this was the plant animal. See if you know this one. It was crepuscular. All right. Ready? Yes, what did you say? Who said quokka first? Yeah. She did, I did. Sorry. No, this is what the Mummerin people used to wear. They used to wear these over the right shoulder. And bizarrely, when they used to come to get orchids, which would show at, in the beginning of, end of winter, that's when they would actually come, they'd show their leaf, and the Aborigines would come down, and then they'd use their bulkers to carry the potatoes off. But the interesting thing is, they were famous for having something underneath their bulker. Ooh. And it was a pouch. They used to carry a pouch. Just like the kangaroos, it was made out of possum fur, and it used to carry fire. They used to carry a bench nut wrapped up in paper bark on fire under their bulkers. And my great-grandfather, he was riding down here. He's riding his horse going, and he met these Aboriginal women with all their heads going up in smoke. And he'd come in, and they were just warming up. They go, woo-hoo, and all the smoke just blew. Because we're the wettest part of the state. We get 1,432 mil of rain on average. This year's been extraordinary because we've had 1.52. And we still got, we usually get one or two more storms, so we're just going to go through the roof. And that's why it's going to be scary fire season, because everywhere there's so much, all the grass, it's really scary. This could be our year, it's goosebumps. And that well is still on that map, from 1831, Nonaculum Well, place of the black snake, because the tiger snake is the Norn, which loves frogs. And that's why there's always frogs around every freshwater source here. So what then happened is he here, somewhere here, he put a seine net out, and he caught all these fish.
He's got the life jacket on, the rest doesn't drown.
And we've just got to look out for some very small birds. Emma, can you just slow down? That could be them. Can just the good binoculars, Emma, just see if they're them. See these two little ones?
Yeah.
We thought they were red-capped dotterels. They're redneck stints from Mongolia. These very little ones here.
Yeah.
So they just turned up from Mongolia. I'll just check if they are before I carry on. That's them, yes. So those have come from Mongolia. The little one that's walking on the edge there is also one. Oh, that's also one. That little one there. It's flown all the way. And that one who's just flown in. They're all from Mongolia. I've actually rode a folding bike to the lakes where these guys come from, and then we went to Lake Vogel as well. Here's some more of them. Jesus, I think some of them. Years ago, and they hit at the 65-degree parallel in the northern hemisphere. So we were actually up past Scotland. They've done that. But that we picked up India as well, and actually everyone joined together. Even the northern hemisphere, they nicked off up there. They were Laurasia, we were Gondwana, but Africa broke off us 140 million years ago, drifted into Europe, forming the Swiss Alps. Actually, it's now called the Swiss, Austrian, French, German, Talon, Liechtenstein, and Slovenic and Italian Alps. You've got to cover everyone.